Slippers, flip-flops, blockies, or slops. Whatever you call them, they are a staple in everybody's wardrobe. I could just be a really aggressive wearer. One of the straps always ends up breaking before the other one, and then I'm left with only one functioning shoe. It just feels so wasteful to toss out a perfectly good sole. So this time around, transform them into some cute lace-up sandals. So here's how you can make a pair of your own. All you need is some fabric of your choice. I'd recommend something pretty sturdy and also easy to clean. I'm using some thicker cotton, which I had as scraps laying over from a previous project. You'll also need the flops that you want to upcycle, broken or otherwise. This DIY would also work really well on flops with straps that hurt your feet, since we'll be removing the plastic straps anyway. You'll also need your scissors, a utility or craft knife, and of course your handy dandy sewing machine. So to start, you're going to cut out the straps from your fabric. 4 strips, roughly 50 centimeters by 4 centimeters, and then 2 strips, 70 centimeters by 4 centimeters. You can definitely make yours longer or shorter, thicker or thinner. It honestly all depends on the final look that you're going for, and how many times you want to be able to wrap the straps around your leg when you tie it up. For my design, I used 6 strips of fabric, 2 shorter pieces for the toe thong sort of region, and then 4 longer pieces for the tie-up straps. If your fabric is a bit short like mine, you can always just sew a few pieces together with a straight stitch, like this. To create one really long piece. Next, I'm going to make a sort of bias tape out of the straps. So I'm just going to hop over to my ironing station. Pressing all the folds will make sewing a lot easier later on. First, fold down both of the widths, and then fold in the lengths about 1 centimeter on either side and press everything down. Once that's all done, you're just going to go ahead and fold your entire strip in half, enclosing all of the raw edges on the inside, and you've basically got a strap. When you're done, all that's left to do is sew along the folded edge with a straight stitch to lock everything in place. You could also sew down the folded edge for a more symmetrical look, but I found one stitch to be more than enough. Do this to all the other pieces of fabric. Once all 6 of your pieces are finished, it's time to work on the flops themselves. If the original rubber straps of the flops have already been removed, then you can go ahead and skip this part, but otherwise, watch on. Grab your utility knife, or craft knife, or whatever sharp cutting object you have. Basically, don't cut like me. Please be careful, it's actually kind of dangerous. Basically what you want to do is separate the knobs at the end of the strap from the rest of the thin strap, so you could easily detach the two. I found that once the knobs are loose, you can use the scissors or fingers to sort of poke the rest of the strap out. Actually, I have no idea why I didn't just use my scissors to cut it. Now that we've got just the plain soles, you can get creative with all the different ways that you want to attach your fabric straps to the soles for a different look. But here's what I decided to do. Taking the shorter straps that you sewed up earlier, fold it in half, like so, and then push the folded part into the top hole. I find the best method to get the fabric through the hole is to sort of push and twist as you go. And then once it's gone through enough, you should be able to turn the flop over and then pull it through just enough so that when you're trying it on, it won't pop out. Later on, we're going to come back and then properly attach everything. Flip your shoe back over and then wrap the 2 arms we've just created around each other to create this cool spiral effect. To make it more comfortable to wear, so like it's a lot thicker to grab between your toes. This is sounding very weird. Just keep wrapping these 2 arms around each other until you get about 5 centimeters left on each arm. You're going to separate these 2 ends then and then put them into the last 2 holes. I discovered that it's a lot easier to get the fabric through using scissors, but just be careful. Again, you just want to push the ends of the straps through just enough so that they won't come flying off when you try the slipper on later, because we're not tying anything down now. Then it's time to bring the 2 long straps that we sewed up and push each of these into the respective back holes. So in the back holes, you're going to have a total of 2 pieces of fabric like sticking through. I feel like you guys get the picture. You should try to make some space by pulling the first strap that's in that hole tightly to one side so that you can see a little gap that you're going to slot the second strap into, and then you can push it through with scissors. Maybe that made sense, maybe it didn't, but I think you'll get it without too much trouble. Once both of the straps are in, you'll want to push the ends into the indent at the bottom of the shoe, so like where the knob used to be, so that they don't stick out too far, and like when you're walking it'll be sort of a flat surface and it's more comfortable. I found mine pretty secure this way, but you can always tie a knot at the end and then like try and squish it into this indent so it's as flush as possible. Just an aside, I've worn these sandals out a bunch like after I finished making them, and it's still really super secure without having to tie it off, so I really wouldn't worry too much about it. Do the same for the other side. You're all ready to try it on for size. And once you've marked and adjusted how tight you want everything to be, you can cut the loop in half from the top hole and then tie a knot in the end. And push that knot into the little divot so that everything is flush, and there you go. You've finished your sandals. Let's see how they turned out. You can obviously lace them up in a variety of ways, but this is my favorite way to wear them. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below, and maybe, just maybe, I'll make a styling video of other ways to wear them. Until next time, keep it jazzy.